Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Well, Larson.
And welcome back to Steve and Larson's Pro Wrestling Podcast, ruining pro wrestling since 2014. On today's episode, of course, we're talking about this week's Monday Night Raw on the road to SummerSlam. Roman Reigns made an appearance. Well, precious few appearances for Roman Reigns. He's probably got a third of the appearances of John Cena this year?
Probably.
Like in terms of the entirety of 2025, John Cena's last year versus Roman Reigns.
No, he hasn't been around very much.
No, not at all. He said quite a bit last night, though. He had a lot to get off his chest.
A very lengthy final segment there.
It was, yeah.
It's like 14 minutes.
We're going to talk about that and anything else that happened online. We had Punk and Gunther go face-to-face. They just sort of talked a bit.
There's a lot of talking on Raw last night.
There was a lot of talking last night. There was some matches also. I like the Stephanie Vaquer Io Sky match. I actually like the simplicity of that. How Naomi comes up to Stephanie talking trash because Stephanie obviously has the Clash in Paris match, and Naomi's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to come out of SummerSlam with my title. Let's play some mind games here." Yeah. And she puts it in her head. Yeah, Io had that one. And then Stephanie, that gets, lights a fire under her. She's like, hey, Io. And a really cool, I love that little promo between her and Io where she challenges her. And then they go out there and they do like a really, really good match that was eventually wonked by Chelsea Green.
Yeah, they just can't have a satisfying, conclusive finish to their matches. There's two matches they've had. 0 for 2 on satisfying, conclusive finishes. Those matches have been walked both times.
You can't do because Io's up for the title and then Stephanie's up for the title. Nobody
can win that. Nobody can win. Nobody can lose. Let's talk about this real quick. This is something that occurred to me today. And I know I'm jumping forward a little bit because usually we don't do our hot takes till tomorrow, but I saw something in there that seemed relevant to maybe a conversation we can have here now that the SummerSlam card has fallen into place. We'll probably get Roman versus Bron and Jay versus Bronson, maybe a tag match. I don't know.
Feels like it's heading towards a tag match, but what's this hot take?
It does. So the hot take was, even though the build to SummerSlam has been meh, the card itself is pretty stacked.
Yeah.
And you look at it on paper, like Punk versus Gunther, Cody Cena 2, Naomi, Io, and Rhea, Tiffany versus Jade, like the star power and the potential intrigue for a lot of these matches at SummerSlam, you'd think on paper, high. And yet, based on a variety of factors, there's only a handful of matches I feel like I'm really invested in.
Yeah, you're right. The take is right. I'm invested in these matches, but not really thanks to the stories that have led to them. Dude, of course I'll say yes to Gunther versus CM Punk. Finally, these guys get to do what they did apparently on the house show circuit on television. And Gunther doesn't have to worry about dragging a 80-year-old man to a decent match. Punk doesn't have to indulge in the silly Punk life stuff and then drag another 80-year-old guy to a decent match. They could just go at it, two really, really top-tier wrestlers in the ring. And I like the simplicity of the promo last night as well, because it didn't need to do gimmicks. It was just, I'm best. No, I'm the best. And that's fine for these two who legitimately have a claim within WWE anyways, in terms of the wrestling aspect of things. Yeah, let's just do the match. Just do the match. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just do the match. And I feel like a lot of these are kind of that. I think like the really good build has been Becky versus Lyra, especially last night with Bayley and the weird wrinkle of like Bayley doing a can they coexist and like how is that going to play into it? But before we get that, because I'm curious to hear what you think about this new stipulation to the Intercontinental Championship match, let's just go ahead and dive into the main event level stuff where Roman and Jay fend off Bron and Braun's injury specialists.
Yeah.
So we get the main event segment was Paul Heyman comes down, drops a promo, says, "I stand before you with the future of the entire industry, Bron and Bron." And then he says, "But before Roman Reigns comes out," because Roman had teased on Twitter or whatever, social media that he was going to be there. He says, I have a lot of things to get off my chest. It's like Festivus. So
I got a lot of problems with you people.
I got a lot of problems. He says, these pretzels are making me very thirsty. Anyways, Roman comes down, and Paul says, I never want to be disrespectful or rude. And he's talking to the crowd. You're off to a bad start with me. I apologize. And so he gets a bunch of asshole chants. And he says, Seth Rollins is going to be out for a long, long time. He says that opens up a leadership void over here, which means if you think about it, we can fix this. We can put it back together, and who or what comes along with me. He says, because, deep in your heart, we're far better together than opposing each other. You'll always be my family because I love you, my tribal chief. So Roman gets the mic from Heyman, asks Houston, Planet Houston, to acknowledge him. Heyman throws his one up. Bron does not. Neither does Bron. Roman says, what was he talking about, Houston? He says, you want me to lead? A few years ago, I would say wise words from a wise man, but you're not a wise man anymore. You're a dumbass. And then all throughout this promo, Braun Breaker's horny to get at Roman Reigns with violence. Yeah. And he says, easy, Junior. Sit under the learning tree. Write this down. He says, when you're the man, he's going to take all the credit, because he's telling this to Braun, a little advice. He says he's going to do the same thing to you he did to me. He's going to take all the credit for your success. He says, I heard a lot of people try and take responsibility for creating Tribal Chief, Michael Hayes, Vince McMahon. He didn't name them. Bruce Pritchard, come on down here. He says, but I can firmly say it wasn't him, Paul Heyman. He says the only reason is because he drops a you people, a face you people promo.
Yeah, he says because people still acknowledge me. That kind of came out of nowhere, yeah.
It did, yeah. Everybody has to do that. I don't know what Triple H is like. I don't know.
And if you're a baby face, you got to give the credit all to the people.
Triple H has no idea how to book baby faces. That is like the coldest take, because every baby face is like, oh, it's all you. He's like, I don't know what you do. I don't know. Baby faces, they like people. How about this? You think the people.
They're appreciative of the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
That's number one baby face characteristic, as opposed to, I mean, I guess when Vince was booking baby faces, they were pushovers and would just stand there and smile.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse, Mr. Meet and Greet or Mr. Pushover. I think Mr. Pushover is worse because it's just infuriating to watch baby.
Because they're the baby faces now are Mr. Meet and Greet, but they're not pushovers, at least.
They're charging for their meet and greets. Every one of you pay $250 VIP. Anyways.
Oh, those ringside seats are way more expensive than that, Steve.
Yeah, that's true. Back in the day, it used to be. Back in December of 20...
It's $100, wasn't it?
15? Something. It was $100 ringside for a house show. Didn't get to keep the chair, though. Anyways, Roman continues. He says, I was the greatest. I was a champion, the greatest champion ever set foot in this ring. He says, I will say this man had a part in that, but he didn't have any part in me keeping that title. He says, how could he? Look at him. No, the Usos did. Big pop. Solo did. Even Sammy helped out. He got a chuckle out of that one. The crowd starts chanting Sammy Uso. He says, it only took 4 years, but I lost the title. He says, then you said I tucked off my tail and went, no. I went home to continue to raise the future bloodline, which brings me to my family. See, the dumbass here thought we were just some faction, some wrestling group. You can create those out of anybody. No, the bloodline was God's work. I actually really like that line because it's, family. The bloodline was God's work. And then Braun tries to step up. He says, back up. He says, you know what really bothers me? You used to be just a friend to our family, a business partner. I made you part of our family. You were chosen family. I gave you responsibility, and you threw it all away. You threw it away for a best friend, someone you haven't talked to in a decade. Betrayed me and my family for him? Don't come out here and say I ruined the bloodline. This dumbass did. So then Braun gets the mic, and he's really leaning into the Steiner thing these days.
He is.
He says, listen to me. Get this through your thick skull. Look around. We don't want you here anymore. You're yesterday's news, old dog. You were relevant 5 years ago. You're just taking his spot standing in my ring. I'm glad you didn't take his offer because I know Paul won't stab me in the back. You know why? Because I hold value in this place. You're worthless. I'm the big dog now. I'm top dog. I'm the future of WWE. Do what you do best. Turn around, make like a tree, and get out of here. So Roman teases leaving, and then he says, in really wonderful comedic timing voice here, I got to be honest. I didn't hear none of that trash you just said. I don't think your mic was working. If you need to do it again, please use mine. And then he throws the mic at him, gives him a Superman punch, ducks a briefcase shot, goes after Reed. They double team Roman, get the numbers advantage there. Jay's music hits to a thunderous fucking pop. That pop was massive.
Yep.
He comes out to make the save, gets the upper hand. Him and Roman hit double spears on Braun and Braun. And then Heyman and this group of his leave, looking weak. Jay helps Roman back up. They dap it up.
They made like a tree and got out of there.
Here's the problem with Braun's promo. He made terrible points.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that usually Triple H will get kind of right is heels. He knows the heels. He knows how to do heels right.
He does.
Heels are always more effective when they make good points.
Maybe that's the idea, though, is that Braun's still a little green. He's not quite ready to be a main event player.
Biting off more than he can chew.
What?
Biting off more than he can chew.
Yeah. He's still learning how to be someone on the mic that makes consistently good points. So it's all these tired, bored, kind of weak insults he throws towards Roman. And it's supposed to, we as the audience, supposed to be like, all right, that's some weak shit there, Braun.
You think that's all intentional?
No, I doubt it. It's probably just whoever wrote it thought it was good stuff. But, I'm
Almost
trying to find more to it than just
Yeah.
weak insults.
Yeah. I mean, the case could be made for that because he's not quite ready for prime time. And maybe that is the point. He's throwing trash at Roman but yeah, I think here's the thing. I think that there is something to be had with the kernel of an idea that Roman is starting to sunset. And Braun just went full bore with like, you don't mean nothing. I'm like, you look at the bit. Let's look. Roman should have brought out, honestly, and I think this would have been thrilling television, a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, absolutely. Some metrics, some numbers.
Graphs, pie graphs or other kind of graphs.
Yeah, all the graphs, line graphs, pie graphs.
Yeah.
All sorts of charts.
The ones with like a bunch of columns.
Yeah, just inundate Braun with a bunch of numbers and data. He's like, it's too many numbers.
I got this focus group data here. People said I'm charismatic. They want to see more of me.
Where did Braun Breaker rate on this?
What's his Q score?
We got to go, what?
Look at this. You're under your uncle.
Yeah, I know, probably.
More people want to see Big Papa Pump.
The numbers don't lie.
We cracked it. Good job. Look at that.
There we go. You mentioned a few minutes ago, CM Punk, Gunther had a face-to-face. That opened the show. Look at us, bookending Raw with the first two bits we're talking about. So CM Punk, his music hits. He does his usual greeting. Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night in Houston, Texas, or what?
It'd be great if I walk into a Walmart and every Walmart greeter gave me that level of enthusiasm.
It's great to be alive on a Tuesday afternoon in Walmart or what? I'd be like,
Well, no, whoa, hold on. I'd be like, hell yeah, man. I'm going to go see what kind of TV deals you got back there.
So I'm going to go buy me 5 pairs of sweatpants that might make sweat shorts this summer.
Dude, exactly. I'll spend like $25 doing that. Exactly.
So then the second line, CM Punk says, I'm happy to be here. Lovely to see you all. When I came back, I had a couple goals. All right, Punk contradicted himself here. He said, main event, WrestleMania, be world champion. It wasn't that long ago. You just said.
This last feud.
I didn't care about being world champion. Which one is it, Phil?
Let us know, Phil. We want the truth.
Which one is it?
Truth. Shoot.
I want some clarity.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, Phil. Come on. He says, I got a bit sidetracked, but that's on the back burner. I could focus on being world champion. Last week, I won the gauntlet to be number one contender to Gunther's championship. All nicknames aside, he is one of the best in the world. I'm looking very forward to locking up with him. I can't promise a win, but with all you cheered me, hand to the screen, I promise you, I'll leave it all in the ring and I'll give you everything I have. Now, if you just read this sounds like the most boring, generic bullshit spewed in a promo. He can get away with it a little bit because he's CM Punk.
Oh, dude, come on. He can get away with it full stop, all the way. Absolutely.
Now that I read that, I'm like, gosh.
This guy
There's
has
still
got
baby faces in 2025 saying that stuff.
He's got 10 years of goodwill stored up. These fans eat it alive. Maybe it's this. Hey, going back to what we just said, maybe it's this. He didn't want the Undisputed title. He didn't come for the Undisputed title. Like, that title's ugly. It's got too much lineage. I want the mid-card world title. I want the real challenge of elevating the mid-card world title to main event world status over that ugly mustard title.
Well, then say that. He says, when I see Gunther, I see a 666-day Intercontinental Champion on the second run of the world title. I only have 2 weeks, but I remembered you trained your whole life for this. You're CM Punk. So, Gunther, understand I'm not just any other wrestler or any other challenger. I am the best in the world. So, Gunther's music hits. He comes to the ring, and Gunther says, first of all, I'm excited to hear. Let's cut to the chase. So, the crowd is just chanting to him, you tap out.
He
was selling it really well.
He was, yeah. They kept on booing him and tapping and saying you chapped out.
Yeah. So he says, I didn't come out to throw insults at you or create drama, but let me point out some similarities. We are both here to make money and win titles. We both consider ourselves the best in the world. You have a massive ego, and I don't blame you. I got a massive ego as well, but mine is justified. Unlike yours, it's not based on what they think. That's worthless. My ego is based on results, and you listed all my accolades. The best in the world is the one who holds the World Heavyweight Championship. When the bell rings, I will make you regret standing in a pro wrestling ring. I will maul you, choke you out, and drop you like a wet towel, staring at the lights, realizing I was right. You'll never be champion. You'll never be the best in the world. And at least you have all these degenerates cheering for you for the rest of your life. And so Gunther just leaves.
I thought, you know what, man? I thought this was effective because it was so simplistic. And you're right about like we ain't really got a story here. They just did the thing where Punk wins.
I'm good. I know I'm the best. I'm the best. No, I'm the best. No, I'm the best.
This is one of those where, and I'm not being an apologist here. I just want to see the damn match, and I'm cool with that. Other things, yeah, I need stories for that. But this, just give me the match, and I'm cool with that. I mean, what like plot do we really need here for Punk versus Gunther? You know, like Sammy. What are you going to redo the Sammy thing, the Jay thing?
This is what Gunther should come out and say.
Yeah.
I just retired Bill Goldberg. Now I'm going to retire you, CM Punk.
Yeah. You think Punk is closer in age to Goldberg or Gunther?
Well, Goldberg's 58. Punk's about 46.
He's my age,
46. 12 years older. I think Gunther's older than 34.
Not by much, but yeah.
I think he's 36.
Let's see here. My guess is 35. I'm going to say 35. What say Wikipedia? 37? Wow, okay, never mind then. Look at old man Gunther.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really like this stuff here, the Bayley, Lyra, Becky stuff.
Doing the tag title match was an interesting wrinkle. And then how it all kind of wove in with what Dom and AJ is doing.
Because there's two.
I was going to say, it's interesting where you have a lot of buzz with AJ showing up in TNA again. And then on WWE programming, he's basically a comedy character at this point. He does it effectively.
AJ is best as a comedy character. He is one of those, like, you don't even think about it because it's not very often. But AJ doing comedy is absolutely great. It really is.
His timing's really good.
Back when he was with the Good Brothers and they did like semi-comedy stuff, I thought that shit was great. He's so goofy because it just doesn't, he buys into it so much and it's very kind of dad humorish when he does it. And that there's so much charm to that. But also the stipulation that Becky introduced, I thought was pretty interesting. Because to me, it just sort of bolsters my thought of what we talked about in our Dethroned video, which is up right now at the Friendo Club Wrestling channel. Anyways, we'll dive into it.
There's one of two ways to look at it, yeah.
So we see Sammy, Becky, Judgment Day. They show up, and Dom says, okay, I'm going to stay behind. No Finn this week. Dom says, I'm going to stay behind and get
Well, he was
ballot.
there, just though he didn't have a match.
Did he say anything last night?
Yeah,
Did he talk?
Yeah, he said to Dom, hey, make sure you get us some lollipops when you see the trainer.
Okay. So anyways, AJ is the valet, or at least he was pretending to be. And Dom gets freaked out, and he's like, AJ, no, I haven't been, I haven't had my examination yet, my medical. I'm not cleared yet. Stop. He said, this is harassment, AJ. And then AJ doesn't even valet the car.
He just chucks the keys, yeah.
Cut to Lyra comes up, asks Bayley. She's like, what the hell is this? Because it was announced in advance, so they get a tag title shot. Mm-hmm. And Lyra on Twitter responded with just, what? And so we find out what is going on. She walks up to Bayley. She's like, dude, what is going on? Because, like, we're basically in a blood feud right now. And Bayley's like, yeah, because we're supposed to get those tag titles at WrestleMania, dude. It could be us, tag team champs. And Lyra's like, I beat your ass last week. I'm going to SummerSlam. What game are you playing? Bayley's like, water under the bridge. Our game is winning. She said, great job. You got the memo. Matching gear. See you out there. So Bayley had her gear matching Lyra, and Lyra didn't even know about it, Larson.
Yeah. So later on, Pierce is with Dom backstage. And again, Dom is refusing to go get his medical evaluation. He says, I can't. Roxanne and Raquel texted me to be out there. And Pierce says, if I had to ask you a third time, my tone will not be as pleasant. Stop stalling. So there's a janitor that walks through mopping the floor. Dom bumps into him. Of course, it's AJ Styles. And Dom yells, I'm not cleared. So he leaves. New Day, who we'll talk about later, walk into frame as AJ is mopping. And AJ's like, whoa, the floor is wet. You don't want to slip. And Woods is like, what the hell is going on in this place?
Because they had just lost their match.
Yeah, to be number one contenders for the tag titles. And Kofi yells out, the simulation is broken.
Yeah, he wants to talk to IT. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. So then Waller steps in and says, Theory got himself injured. Now I'm flying solo. You need an ace? I'm a free agent. New Day are like,
Well, what does he call himself? Big G.
Yes, that's right. And they're just kind of taken aback. And Waller's like, all right, we'll get the car. And, he's like really leaning into the idea that he's going to join up with the New Day.
So let's pause really quick here because there is indeed a third story happening right in front of our eyes, Larson. That's it. A-Town Down Under. They're done.
Done.
That's
no blow-off match.
That's no match.
No match.
Not even
no
a blow-off. No preliminary
Nothing.
match. No,
Nothing.
like, so somebody did note weeks ago, right before Waller joined with the New Day, that backstage in the background of another scene, you could see them arguing, and I think Waller walks off.
Yeah.
And then on social media, somebody had posted a clip of Austin Theory getting cheers in a main event match. And Grayson Waller retweeted, they have no taste or something like that. Yeah. I don't know what the deal with this is. From what I understand, I think Austin Theory might be injured now. Maybe that happened in that match. But yeah, this has been one of the weirdest.
I mean, here's the thing. This is real easy to do. Even if it's in the background, it's better than nothing. They have that argument. All right, Theory's injured. In the background of some shot, have Waller attack him.
Yeah.
So you could write him off TV.
Yeah.
You can still have this play out where he's making the pitch to the New Day. And then whenever Theory is recuperated from his injury, all right, he comes back for his pound of flesh with Waller.
Yeah,
and you can actually have a feud then. But I just don't think they're interested in doing it for whatever reason.
I don't see if... Oh, that's right. Newsweek. WWE abruptly splits up popular tag team. This is on Newsweek? That's funny.
Newsweek must not watch the product because they describe them as a popular tag team.
I'm trying. Yeah, right. I'm trying to. Here we go. So A-Town Down. I'm sorry. Grayson Waller had a whole Instagram promo talking about it as well. I was trying to see how legit the injury was or whatever. But I don't know. I've got 5 different pop-ups happening on this fucking website here.
Yeah.
In any event,
searching the web is no fun anymore because you just get so many pop-ups, right?
Yeah, dude. Seriously, I'm just going back to nature.
Exactly. Go nature walks.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at animals.
No, off the grid completely.
Oh, living in a cave.
Yeah, pretty much. Just not one of those crazy caves where you go it's spelunking and shit. And then
you don't want to get stuck in some crevice.
That's like we were watching The Expanse last night,
yeah.
And this dude, he gets spaced. They put him in an airlock for punishment, and then he's like, oh, and then he drifts off into space. It's horrible. But I'm like, that would be a preferable way to go, being spaced, because you're done in probably less than a minute. You're gone, right?
Yeah, it's the whole 24 hours being stuck in the crevice and wondering, is anybody going to help me? Can they get me out of here? Making efforts to get you out of there and not being able to. There's just so many emotions going on.
Yeah, I'm staying far away from any cave. Anyway.
So you'll live in the opening and maybe the first 10 feet of cave.
Who am I kidding? I couldn't do that. I couldn't survive 24 hours out there in the open wilderness.
No. What about tent? Would you consider tent?
Yeah, I'm cool with tents.
What about
like
an
I
RV?
prefer a tent trailer.
RV. Yeah.
Oh, RVs are great. That's luxury living right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick aside, though, also, August is just around the corner. It's about 9 days away. 9 days away from August. And we've got the new predictions challenge, but it's happening quick in August. August 2nd and 3rd is when it kicks off, of course, the SummerSlam.
The second and third day, yeah.
Right, exactly. And so we are now, 10 days? 10 days away from the beginning of the August predictions challenge. I'm going to whip up the prize sometime this week so you guys can see the prize. If you want in on the predictions challenge, try to be the guy who dethroned the guy who dethroned me. Real easy. Click join right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson or patreon.com/Steven Larson. Click on the Friendo Club setup. Yes, Larson, you have a question.
How far is this going to extend to the person who beat the person who beat the person who beat you?
How many more months left in the year?
After this one, 5?
All right, so like probably 17. Rest of 2025 and all 2026.
Can we at least just keep it 6 degrees of beating Steve?
We'll talk about it. We can negotiate. Larson.
Well, that's my opening offer. It's only going to go down from there.
I don't think you know.
I feel like 6 degrees is very generous, in fact.
I don't think you know how to negotiate properly, man. You got to start really high and then get down to what you want to get to.
I feel like 6 is pretty high.
All right.
What I want is 2.
Moving on. I think we're already at 2. So, yeah, New Day are like, Big G. We don't know what is that all about. So that's going to happen. Then we get a Becky Lynch promo. And they're like booing. She's like, I don't do that. Put some appreciation on my name. I shouldn't even be here. I should be in New York at the premiere of my new movie, Happy Gilmore 2. Oh, she's in Happy Gilmore 2?
Yeah, I didn't know that till she mentioned that. Both her and MJF are in that movie.
Ooh, Forbidden Door. She says, but instead I'm here in Planet Houston. She says, that's what leaders do. We don't do what we want to do, what we have to do. I have to address some important business. She said, I had the slickest victory of all time at Evolution, but I did what I said I was going to do. I won and held everybody down, but at least I was honest about it. Unlike Lyra, who spent months saying I was a thief of opportunities, but she's bogarting all the opportunities. How greedy can you be? She said, who needs 2 titles? When I was Becky 2 belts, that was different. Her intentions are completely selfish. As the leader, that ends now. Lyra, come on out here. So Lyra comes out. Becky says, we are 1-1. In singles competition, I made you a star, but the free ride ends at the SummerSlam. Last time we went 1-on-1, I said if I lost, I would never challenge you for this title again, but I extend that same deal on to you. When you lose at SummerSlam, you cannot challenge for this ever again. Lyra says, you know what I'm learning? When I'm done with a problem, it always comes back to haunt me. Maybe I don't take it far enough. I accept your terms. Here's mine. No count out, no DQ. There must be a winner. Becky says, fine. Lyra says, see you at SummerSlam. Becky says, before you go, you've done nothing but disrespect me for months. You will not disrespect the gravitas of this match. You'll respect this match and what it means for this belt, and you'll respect me. I will be the bigger person once again and ask you to shake my hand. Lyra acts like she's about to shake it. Instead, whoop-a! Manhandle slam on Becky. She raises up the belt as Bayley's music hits. She makes her way to the ring for that match. Let's pause here.
Yeah.
The stipulation now. Lyra can no longer challenge for this title.
If she loses, yeah.
If she loses.
I wonder because in the inverse situation, it was Becky can no longer challenge for it as long as Lyra is champion.
I feel like it's probably going to be the same deal here.
Yeah. Now, there's 1 of 2 ways to look at it. You want a real streamlined way to get Lyra out of the mid-card and up into the potential main event scene. All right, she can't challenge for the mid-card title anymore. But so often at WWE, when they have that kind of severe stipulation, like then whoever is in danger of not ever challenging for that title again wins. It just happened.
Yeah.
With Becky.
Yeah. I feel like the point of this feud was to make Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's mission accomplished. I don't think she takes a step back if we see the visual pin, if she has this match in hand. And Bayley, who's still clearly involved in this story. And in fact, I would not mind seeing a 2-woman power trip with Bayley and Becky of some sort. they get the tag titles, something like that. I feel like mission accomplished. You can now use Becky in that Intercontinental Championship to try to make someone else, if that's the goal of this. Lyra getting that Intercontinental Championship back just puts her back in the same spot she was already at. She was the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Held it for a while. Had some really phenomenal matches. Beat both Bayley and beat Becky. What more could you want? She does get elevated to the main event scene now. So my pick right now, it's kind of contingent on the go home as well. But my pick right now, there's one more episode of Raw before SummerSlam?
Yeah, so Becky will stand tall next week.
Becky will stand well, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. In any event.
When in doubt, go the safe, boring, predictable route with WWE's booking, and that is Lyra winning.
I don't know that's that much more interesting than Lyra losing and being out of the... I mean, I guess the shock moment of her not being able to challenge for the titles kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's already so many titles being changing hands at SummerSlam.
It's entirely possible. But if Lyra does win at SummerSlam, it's a very different Lyra Valkyria in the eyes of the fans in comparison to the Lyra that won the initial Intercontinental Championship. And maybe it's less a situation of, okay, we want to elevate Lyra as a main eventer, and more so, we need to provide the fans with more of a character for Lyra. Therefore, the upswell of fan support will just naturally take her to the main event. And this feud has obviously done that. We have a much better sense of who Lyra is. She's way more over than she was at the beginning of this feud. And if she beats Becky to reclaim the Intercontinental Championship, of course, is all what happens next, regardless if she wins or loses. But, it solidifies, I think, in the fans' mind, all right, this is who she is. She's a great wrestler. We know who her character is now. We've gotten behind her. She just got a huge win over Becky Lynch here at SummerSlam. Get an extended Intercontinental title reign. And then after that, if there is that kind of groundswell of fan support up into the main event.
We shall see. Also, if Naomi comes out of SummerSlam as the champion, they will need strong babyface challengers. And Lyra could be one of those.
That's true.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. So then we had the tag title match. Bayley and Lyra taking on Judgment Day. This is a fun bout.
This was a really fun bout, yeah.
And they did a good job, as mentioned earlier, of bringing Dom, because he obviously joins Raquel and Roxanne ringside. So at one point, Lyra walks up to Dom and ducks. Raquel then accidentally boots Dom in the face while Raquel's trying to boot her. That's when she ducks. Then Lyra charges in, baseball slide on Raquel. They're both down. Medical comes to check on Dom. So one doctor's there, and then another doctor comes and kind of says, no, I got this. And, of course, it's AJ. He just has the polo on with some glasses.
Yeah.
So AJ's doing CPR on Dom.
That was the funniest bit. It was so like herky-jerky and chaotic in the moment, but you see him trying to do chest compressions on Dom.
Oh, it's like super aggressive chest compressions.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And so he chases Dom away. So then Becky grabs Lyra by her ankle and yanks her off the apron, throws her into the ring steps. And Bayley's over there, no one to tag. So Roxanne rolls up, Bayley gets a 2. Then Roxanne's rolled up, Bayley gets a 2. Raquel does the blind tag, hits the Tejana bomb on Bayley to get the win. And later on, Dom's backstage looking for AJ. And Finn and JD's like, well, he's nowhere to be found around here. So then Pierce walks up and goes, I'm done. Today is the day. You want to stall some more? This ends one of two ways. Either you give me that title and I find a new champion, or you walk with me to medical. And Dom's like, this is my belt. And then he goes, right now? Pierce says, yes, I'll see you at medical. I hope. So that's when Dom walks off and Finn says, hey, make sure to bring us some lollipops. So then we see AJ and Pierce outside of medical. They're asking about Dom. And Pierce says, we finished the evaluation, but I need to finish this paperwork. So then Dom sneak attacks AJ from behind. Says, look here, I'm cleared. I'll see you at SummerSlam.
Yeah, Dom on the offensive. I like to see it. That's going to be a good match as well. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good one.
That should be a good match.
Title will probably stick with Dom on that one.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
It'd be nice to see AJ with one last title run, though.
That would be. It would be.
And then, so we mentioned this earlier, Stephanie versus Io. So we had Byron with a Stephanie Vaquer interview. Asks her about her feud with the Secret Hervis. Naomi interrupts, introduces herself. She says, and Stephanie's like, I know who you are. Naomi says, good, newbie. I want to let you know after I win SummerSlam, it's me and you in Paris. Said, I'll beat Rhea and do what you couldn't do, beat Io. Since you want to be smart. And Stephanie says something back to her. She says, oh, since you want to be smart, Io was walking you like a dog before it got interrupted. She said, I wouldn't let that slide. She said, see you in Paris. Oui, oui. And then she starts laughing, which is like my favorite laugh.
Oh, it was so good.
So later on, we see Asuka and Kairi Sane with Io. And they're saying, hey, you know what? After SummerSlam, we're going to be tag champs. And, we're eventually going to get the tag championships. They're not in the match at SummerSlam. And Kairi says, and you're going to be world champion again. And Asuka says, good luck against your friend Rhea Ripley. And they walk off. And Io's like, my friend. And so Stephanie walks up and she's like, Io-san, if you win at SummerSlam, it's me versus you. Then we can see who would have won in our match. And Io says, I'm looking forward to it. As I remember, I had you beat. And Vaquer says, we don't need to wait until Paris. And Io says, oh, why don't we find out in Houston? And then Stephanie says, challenge accepted. And you cannot measure the amount of charm between these two in this segment. Just dripping off the screen, man. They're great.
It really is.
And this match is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. 2 matches in, 2 great matches. Nary a clean finish between the two of them. So, the Secret Hervis interferes in this one. Chelsea Green sneaks in to attack Stephanie from behind to cause the DQ. A lot of really good stuff here, though. Secret Hervis then attacks Stephanie. Io goes after Chelsea Green, and eventually Io helps out, and then her and Stephanie drop kick Piper out of the ring. Naomi then shoves Io into Stephanie and attacks her, while Secret Hervis attack Vaquer. Rhea's music hits, massive pop for her. She headbutts the Secret Hervis, slams Naomi, and then hits Chelsea with a Riptide.
Yep. You think that match is going to be at Summer? How many matches are at SummerSlam already?
Which match would be at SummerSlam?
Stephanie Vaquer versus Chelsea Green.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be smart of them to have Stephanie have a match at SummerSlam.
Gotta have her do something. Right now, there are 9 matches on the card, and we're expecting, 14? Between 14 and 16, maybe?
I don't know. They're going to go 16. That's 8 per day. They don't usually go that many. 14, I would think, would be the max. I think 12 to 14.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get either Roman versus Bron and Jay versus Bronson, or the tag match. So that could be 1 or 2 more.
So last year on the one-day SummerSlam, they had 7 matches. Jesus. The main event was Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. That went 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long-ass match for Solo Sikoa.
It was,
right there.
For a match that you know the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is the match they can maybe add to the SummerSlam card to get Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. They had another match preceding that. Sami's got an interview backstage with Jackie, and she asked how he's feeling, considering he was supposed to be out indefinitely. And Sami says, well, I'm not 100%, but this doesn't need to drag on any longer. It was one thing when he was lurking in the shadows, but now he is getting in the way of my goals. I would have been in the gauntlet match last week. I could have won and challenged for the World Heavyweight Championship. He took that from me. We don't need to wait. I need to deal with this tonight, actually, right now. So that match happens. Karrion Kross got the win. He had to cheat, but he got the win.
Hey, big pop for him, too, getting that win.
Yep.
Yeah. Scarlett gave him a big old giant pipe to use on Sami.
And distracted the ref while Sami set up for a haluva kick,
Yeah, and then he hit him in those ribs, those taped up ribs, Larson.
It's just providing a target
when
you got the rib tape on. know what Sammy's doing. So Cross gets the win.
Yeah. So wait, like, are they just gonna? You think they're just gonna take this one to SummerSlam too? Seems like
They
probably
could,
likely,
maybe
right?
some sort of stipulation.
So we're at so WrestleMania had 14 matches. If they're gonna replicate that, then we've got 5 more
An
that
event
remain to be booked.
greater than or equal to WrestleMania. Okay.
I mean, you would think so. SummerSlam. So it's the
They
summertime
really got to load up
WrestleMania.
the first 2-day SummerSlam to make it worth our while.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's
So
what
I
I'm
wouldn't be
saying.
surprised,
So
but-
I'm saying 16 more. I think Triple H is like low key kind of learning from AEW. Oh, I get it. I get the algorithm. Everybody gives it a lot of buzz because it's more. And on top of that, Evolution had a shit ton of matches. It was like an 8-match card. Was it 7 or 8? Was it?
7.
God
It was
damn.
7.
That's a lot.
It's just one more than typical pay-per-views. They're kind of doing more of 6 match cards, unless it's the Rumble or May the
What they do at
Bangers.
Saturday night's main event?
They did 4 Saturday night's main event, but they also had like a bunch of matches that weekend.
They did 5 on the one before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they did. Oh yeah, they only did 4. Jesus.
Yep.
God dang.
We got another match here between Rusev and Sheamus. Sheamus got the win here because Rusev was trying to cheat, grabbing the shillelagh, and ended up eating a bro kick. So it seems like the thing they're doing with Rusev here, at least as it relates to Sheamus, is that he doesn't feel like he can beat him straight up. Of course, last time he rammed his throat into the exposed turnbuckle. He tried to do that here, failed. He put Sheamus in the Accolade. Sheamus gets to the ropes. And so he's like, I got to grab the shillelagh. He gets it and just turns around and eats a bro kick. Sheamus wins. But another really good physical matchup.
I love these matches. These are great. These are awesome. Just have like a, do this feud for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
Just trade wins for the rest of the year.
How many Raws are left this year? Probably what, I don't know, say 18? Say 17. Best of 17.
Best of 17. Perfect.
Best of 17.
Or best of 18.
Well, then it could end in a tie, so this defeats the purpose of it.
Okay, fine. Best of 20. How about that?
Same deal. Any even
Damn
number is
it.
going to
Okay.
be the same deal, man.
Hold on. Don't say best of 22.
I knew you were going to say 22. I don't even think there's 22 weeks left in the year, first of all.
Oh, man. And then we're trying to find out who's going to face Judgment Day for the tag titles at the Raw after SummerSlam. Is it going to be American Made, New Day, and LWO? We had that match. Sadly, the New Day did not win. And so El Grande Americano, who had a match earlier.
No, he had a promo earlier.
Oh, yeah, he just had a promo. Yeah, poor Dragon Lee. This guy gets dumped on all the time.
Yeah.
But I thought he was pretty out of pocket this time with Dragon Lee. Anyways, we'll get there in a second. But he had a... Well, actually,
we can do it now because
this
yeah,
preceded that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Byron's
preceded that.
backstage with El Grande. And this dude talks some fluent-ass Spanish, dude. And Dragon Lee comes up, and he's like, you're fake. You're embarrassing all the other luchadors. You don't have this fire. And I'm like... You got beat last week. Granted, it was from a headbutt with a loaded mask, but you should know at this point that this guy's going to load up his mask and hit you with it, Dragon Lee. And so he just starts talking shit, but I'm just like, man, number one, does Dragon Lee know this is a different dude?
I mean, it's plainly obvious.
Is he saying he's fake versus like the Chad Gable version, or he's just a fake luchador?
I think it's both. I think you're not even the original Americano, and even the original Americano was a fake luchador.
Dragon Lee can't beat any Americano. That's what this Americano should be. And he was like, man, it doesn't matter which Americano it is. You're losing, buddy. So anyways, that's
yeah, Americano gets involved in the end of this one because Dragon Lee's, of course, ringside joining Cruz and Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. So he gets involved, starts beating up on Dragon Lee. Americano does. So American Made get upset. Turn around, Tornillo from Del Toro, and then Joaquin Wilde avoids death sentence and hits a roll up on Kofi to get the win. Yep.
LWO. Yeah, so the LWO. That's not a SummerSlam match.
Well, I mean, if they want to get 16 matches on the card, then it will be.
If they go 14, they're not going to get that match.
No, probably not.
It's going to be, here's the thing. They're not going to get 16. They'll get 14. But there will be 2 matches that should have been on SummerSlam. The SmackDown tag division should definitely get it. They have earned their way to SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
Raw tag division, not so much. If it was the New Day, then yeah. Damn, Finn's not going to make SummerSlam. Maybe Finn will carry them to a SummerSlam match. Are there any feuds right now going on? I'm looking at the SummerSlam card.
Where? Are there any feuds going on? That's the whole idea with wrestling. There's supposed to be feuds going on all the time. What do you mean, are there any feuds going on?
No, I didn't finish my sentence. Are there any feuds going on right now that haven't been announced as official matches on SummerSlam? Was my question.
Just the Roman stuff.
Boy, you're snarky today, aren't you? My goodness.
I'm a little under the weather. You take the NyQuil, it helps you sleep, but then the next day you kind of got a little bit of the brain fog.
Yeah, no, I feel
it can make me a little testy sometimes.
Okay, all right. I will try. I wish I'd have known that 45 minutes ago. I'd known to
Better
try
late
to
than
do
never.
It a bit more lightly then. Huh? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on in that show. Let's see here. Dom and AJ, that's been booked. That's a match. Solo Jacob, that's a match. Women's Intercontinental. What about women's? Julia's got nothing to do with SummerSlam. They'll have Julia on that card.
Yeah.
That'll happen. You'll probably get, like I said, the SmackDown titles on at SummerSlam.
So if you get those two matches plus singles matches with Roman and Braun, Jay and Bronson, that's 4 more matches. That'll get you to 13.
That's going to be a tag, dude. That's got to be a tag. You're not going to, come on. They already did Jay versus Bronson Reed 2 weeks ago or last week or something.
That doesn't keep him from doing the same match again.
Reed, because here's the thing, dude. They're not going to have Braun Breaker eat a pin. That ain't going to happen. Even to the WOTC 1. That's going to be a tag. That's going to be a tag, man.
All right, still, that gets you to 12, which seems to be the kind of the minimum, the floor of the number of matches.
Man, they got to do They got to have Stephanie back here on the damn thing. She's got a world title match later in the month.
I know. It would make all the sense to have her in a match.
Her and Chelsea? You would think. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe that'll be on the Raw or the SmackDown before. I like that Stephanie is above brands now.
Yeah.
And yet, she might not be on the SummerSlam card.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll see.
Would you like to answer some questions? Man, that 47-minute review of Raw just flew by.
It really did. All right.
And my concept of time is a little skewed because I got NyQuil.
NyQuil kind of does that, right? Like, I'm kind of curious what they put in that NyQuil because I feel like 100 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, oh my God, people actually use this. It's going to be like the cocaine tonics they used to have in the 1800s.
Yeah, they actually, Coca-Cola actually had cocaine in it? What?
Yeah, right. People are going to be like, NyQuil was, oh my God, look at what they put in this.
Yeah.
Little did we know it, altered space and time and on the quantum level in our brains.
Yeah, it seemingly did.
Push Car says the IWC. This is not even a question. The IWC owes an apology to Jey Uso. He is currently a top 5 WWE main eventer, male. Ivan, good luck getting the IWC en masse, I guess, to apologize to a wrestler. I don't know. How would that work?
I fear just raising the subject will be enough for them not to do it.
Right. And
I feel like we're exempt because we've from the very beginning we've embraced Jey Uso as a main eventer.
Yes, we have. We're down with it.
Heck yeah.
I'm not really huge on the Encore, but I understand why they do it. I like
Good for
Jey.
The live crowd. Yeah, Jey's
great. Cool. So I don't know who exactly needs to write these letters of apology.
I've seen a lot of comments in our own videos through the last few months. They're like, "Oh, Jey's not a main event wrestler."
Are they the IWC and do they need to write letters?
Potentially.
Okay. All right. Show it as written. So says the Larson.
Luis says, if Money in the Bank existed before 2005, who would be some ideal people to have it? Imagine Stone Cold with Money in the Bank.
God damn, about to cash in on your candy ass. Candy ass, that's Rock.
That's The Rock.
The Rock would have been great with Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, fuck. I was going to try to do another joke where he's like, oh, The Rock says, don't trust anybody. Right?
I mean, yeah, you mashed up 2 of their catchphrases, yeah.
Yeah. Who wants some Rockwisers? I don't know.
Doesn't exactly work.
I got nothing. Yeah.
Did you take some NyQuil last night, too?
I exist in this natural state. My brain is just, it's like caked in a layer of NyQuil.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Naturally, yeah. They're like, whoa, my God, this guy is just naturally producing the NyQuil hormone. Lyric says, Naomi's brand of chaos was exactly what the Raw women's roster needed. I agree. I love Naomi. She's great.
Yeah, Naomi's great. Sebastian Garcia says, what disguise could AJ use to fool us? Well, that's the thing is his disguises don't fool anybody.
He could be the dude who like sometimes shows up when we're outside balling and he's doing like the leaf blowing thing or mowing the lawn, and then like he accidentally runs over our basketball. We're like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, it's AJ Styles.
But AJ doesn't wear masks. But if he's going to wear a mask, then how about he tries to impersonate Hilton?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Like, Hilton, did you shrink a couple inches?
Yeah, why do you get 3-4 inches shorter than normal? Yeah. Yeah, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Count Doobie.
Dude, here's my thing. Are these... Oh, I'm on the wrong fucking thread.
Oh, oops.
Talk about NyQuil brain. I'm like, these are all takes. There's a preview for the hot takes video.
There we go. Sebastian Garcia says, what disguise could AJ... Oh, no, I just read that one. See, I did it too. Count Doobie, is this version of AJ better than 2016 AJ?
Bro, can I just suggest something?
What?
We probably should try to arrange for like a hard out for the podcast because you and I are a mess. And we're only in our mid-40s, dude.
I know. You mean a hard end date for the show?
I'm talking about like, hey, there's no way we're going to be able to put together a coherent podcast after 55 with the way we're going.
Oh, wow. I better start saving up then.
You got to start saving up for your retirement, man.
My retirement's really meager right now. I got to start taking some wild swings in the stock market, I guess.
I feel like WrestleMania 2035, that review is going to be the end of wrestling for us.
End of wrestling.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can, we'll die. Listen, that doesn't need to be the end of our business relationship. We can just find something else where we don't have to
Can we do the Grunge podcast then?
Sure, why not? 10 years, we'll do the Grunge podcast.
All right, there we go.
All right, I have some actual questions here. Lord Blake Whitehouse says, would people be speculating if Seth's injury is real or fake if he wasn't the main character in WWE right now? People would be speculating because it was reported that it might be fake. That's the deal. If there wasn't that reporting, people would take this for...
People would not speculate. They'd assume he was actually hurt.
Let me ask you this, though.
Sure.
Roman, Jay, the promo last night, what they're doing with Bron and Heyman and all that. Heyman asking Roman if he wants to join the group. Does that sway you any way? Does that make you think any other way about Seth's injury, whether it's real or fake?
Oh, Heyman's saying, Seth's going to be out for a long, long time.
Sways you which way?
That he won't be out for a long, long time.
Why? Because Paul Heyman is a noted liar. Yeah, okay. I was thinking kind of the same thing, too. Like, there would have been something more, I don't know.
Like, everything about Heyman saying, hey, Roman, come be the leader of this group. He's just trying to get Roman to let his guard down.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Was, Yeah. Count Doobie says, is this version of AJ better than 2016 AJ?
Well, no, I think it's on par. I think it's the same thing, same AJ.
2016 AJ was putting on awesome matches.
Okay, if that's what we're talking about, I thought we were just talking about the character. 2016
about
AJ,
the whole package, yeah.
2016 AJ was unmatched in the ring, man. Oh my God, that guy was fucking. Boy, he was good.
Yeah, he was putting on some awesome matches.
Yeah.
Let's see. John Talks a Bit says, baseball just had its all-star break and had me wondering, do you think WWE would ever hold an event similar? Fans could vote on superstars to face off, almost like Cyber Sunday-like show, and get fun matches with no storyline implications.
I'd be down with that. You know what WWE should do? A Mystery Vortex show.
Yeah, unannounced.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Whole pay-per-view unannounced.
Mm-hmm. That'd be neat. Art Guy says, who would win in a triple threat? Valet AJ, Janitor AJ, or Dr. AJ? I feel like Janitor. Janitors, I think, have to put up with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Pun not intended there.
Yeah, that was my inclination as well.
Yeah.
You sent about this to me the other day. Cameron Bordalazzo says, what are our thoughts on the head agent of Paradigm saying that those other guys are being paid for a smear campaign to bash his clients and recently jump ship from AEW?
I meant to bring this up on the thing yesterday, on the show yesterday. And it was, let me get, okay. So this was somebody named Nick Lopiccolo, and, I didn't know that he was the head of any. Well, it says in his Twitter bio, and he's followed by Johnny Gargano, WrestleVotes, others. Talent agent at Paradigm, head of the sports group and co-head of content finance. And this was in response to a short that was put up where those other guys at the Wrestling Observer were dogging the creative for Blake Monroe. And this Nick guy here says, this PR hit, which is what he calls this short, is part of a coordinated smear campaign targeting me, Nick, and the former AEW talent now thriving in WWE and represented by Paradigm, including CM Punk, Jade Cargill, Rusev, and Blake Monroe. The pattern is obvious. The intent is malicious. We see it. We document it. Which then I had to think about us just talking so much shit about the Punk Life promo, which I know a lot of you liked. Me and Larson thought it was awful. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God.
We're part of this conspiracy, apparently.
We are. Our intent, is it malicious? Are we part of this pattern? Do they see it? And are they documenting us?
Here's the thing. If there's several content creators that are like, this creative isn't very good, there's no grand PR plan unless there's coordination. At least I can only speak for us. There's no coordination. You see how Steve and I barely form sentences today.
Listen.
Do you think if we were involved in some grand conspiracy to blast former AEW talent that we would have blurted it out by now?
I'll go you one. Listen, this is where I'm coming from. Are we getting cut out of some sort of monetary arrangement that the Wrestling Observer and JD and I don't know, Denise, I don't know who's talking shit about the creative. I know JD talks shit about everything. So are we getting cut out by I don't know, I guess AEW? Is AEW paying everybody but us? Is that happening? I'm kind of upset. I want to see this documentation. I want to know who's writing these checks and why Steve and Larson aren't getting a cut to just vocalize that, guess what? Some of this creative is terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe the simpler explanation is if a bunch of people are saying the creative is bad for certain wrestlers, maybe the creative is just bad, Nick. Maybe that's the situation.
Yep.
But God damn it, man. I would love to get paid. That'd be great. We're doing pretty good over here. But more money in my pocket to talk shit about creative? Sure. About bad creative that's already bad.
I mean, especially if we're going to stop the show in 10 years. I need to pad out my retirement, apparently.
We're going to need some of that. If I'll proffer this, though. Nicholas Lopiccolo, if you want to dole out some serious money, some of that sweet, sweet Paradigm money for me to say, oh, dude, Blake Monroe's creative. Chef's kiss. It's top notch. Punk Life. I'm about it.
Steve says word life to Punk Life.
You got that right. If the money's right, Nick, I'll say whatever you want me to say, man. I could probably be pretty convincing too, dude. People already call me a WWE apologist.
Yeah.
You know, let's make it official. Put me on the Paradigm payroll, buddy. I'm there, man. And look, this is what this Low Piccolo guy got me doing. Now I got to defend the Wrestling Observer. I got to defend those other guys. What?
Yeah.
That is hilarious. This was the funniest thing. I had to look to see if it was like a Centel thing. If we got Paradigm Centelled.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? This is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
A coordinated hit amongst the wrestling media sphere? Man, none of these people know how to coordinate shit. We don't like collaborations, Larson.
No.
We don't like getting outside of the Steven Larson bubble.
No, not at all.
When's the last time we had a guest on our show?
Years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I think the Dijak interview was the last thing we did where he did any type of anybody else comes into our sphere.
That's right. I think it was the Dijak.
That wasn't even Dirty Rich arranged that one.
Yep.
We were like, oh man, now we got to do an interview. It was a great interview. Dijak's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we don't do that coordination business.
No. Aussie Dragoon here says, do you think the stadium paid AJ extra for mopping their backstage area? Do you think he did it for the love of the game?
Oh, that guy's all about the love of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'll be a janitor. He probably did a killer job, too. I think AJ's work ethic is probably unmatched. Oh, shit, I got more questions here. Boy, that was funny. Okay. That fucking question was, that was great. I'm so glad. Who brought that one up about the
Cameron Bartolazzo.
Boy, Cameron, thank you for bringing that up. I was laughing about that one. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Groovy says, with SummerSlam being next weekend, could you do a quick power rank of the builds that you are enjoying? Okay, so this is a nine entry power rank. That's a lot. Okay, I'll say the one at the bottom is going to be probably the one at the bottom is going to be the Jelly Roll one.
Yeah.
I don't think that's helping Drew McIntyre at all.
No.
I think that's bad. Next to last would be Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill because there's really no build there.
There's no build. Really,
they did whatsoever. A video package, and then they did a in ring, but it had more to do with Trish Stratus. Then I would say it's Gunther Punk because there is no story there.
There's really no story. Number one, I'll start from the top. Number one is probably Becky versus Lyra.
Yeah, I think that's my number one as well. You know what? I'm cool with the Cena Rhodes one because the thing they did the contract signing last week. I like that. Yeah, and it made me laugh that Cody was such a fucking heel in that.
Yeah, he was.
John Cena was like, dude, I'm not feeling good. It's too much pressure. It's too much stress. Physically, I can't handle it. And Cody beat the shit out of him because of it.
Like the Women's Intercontinental title match has the most story.
Yeah. Going
into SummerSlam. A lot of these feuds are getting by based on the charm of the participants.
I've liked the Solo Jacob thing because Solo got the US title. That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've liked that. And then right after that, the Dom AJ one because it's been funny and I like everybody involved there.
Naomi, Rhea, and Io has been all right, but it's getting by on the fact that Naomi's great, Rhea's great.
That's great. Very like mid to low for me. I would put above that the women's tag because you've had stuff with Raquel and Roxanne that's been kind of interesting. And then, of course, the Charlotte Alexa stuff. There was no build to the actual match itself. It was just Charlotte going and politicking on screen, which I thought was pretty funny in itself. So, yeah, there you go. There's a power rank.
There we go.
Let's see here. Dave Matushek says, with the former Lana writing a spy novel, what other wrestler, current or former, do you want to see write fiction, and what genre should it be? I want to see Dom Mysterio write erotic fiction.
All right, there you go.
That guy's a bit of a playboy. What genre should LA Knight write? And why does noir sound right for him?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say noir.
Because Keister is something that what was the dude in Casablanca? Sam Spade, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Maltese Falcon.
That's Maltese Falcon. What was Casablanca?
Rick. It's Rick.
Yeah, Rick. Because he had Rick's place.
Yeah. Greg Morris says, not including the obvious Dirk Diggler, which character name from Boogie Nights would be the best name for a wrestler? It's Chest Rockwell.
Yeah, Chest Rockwell. They're all good names, though.
Yeah.
They're all really good names.
Yeah.
Great names.
Great names.
Oh, here we go. Angel Zero says, should Seth cash in while he's in a wheelchair / crutches just to stick it to Punk? Well, if it's the Larson thing or the Kevin Nash thing that you want to see, then yeah.
Absolutely. Smurf Galway asked, who has the best taunt in wrestling?
Of all time, for me, it's Scott Hall.
Yeah.
With that.
Currently.
Who's got taunts these days? I mean, Cena, but that goes back 20 years.
Yeah.
Who's got a taunt? Who even has taunts anymore? They should bring taunts back.
Yeah.
Because there aren't a lot of those.
So, Stephen M., Smurf Galway, brings up Hechicero, where he does the orb thing.
Yeah. That's cool. Mello does the basketball shot.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's got that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
about Damian Priest when he used to do the archery stuff?
I guess maybe it's still Kenny Omega. He does a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean,
what about Okada when he throws the middle finger for the Rainmaker pose?
Yeah. Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, the middle finger. Can't beat the middle finger.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, wow. Ronan says, what wrestler would you like to have seen get a Last Dance style documentary about their retirement? So somebody who's already retired. Like, I'd love to see that with Cena, and I think we're going to see it with Cena. Like, more like the Undertaker version. Mm-hmm. But what retired wrestler? Austin.
Yeah. I was going to say Austin or Shawn Michaels.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Shawn Michaels want to be good. Yeah. Anyways, that's all the questions I have here.
Everything else, all the other questions, I think we addressed on the show. So,
all right, cool. Anyways, that's going to do it. Gosh darn, an hour and 6 minute long Raw review?
I thought it was going to be 45 minutes, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we just love bumping gums, don't we, dude?
I guess so.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hot Takes coming tomorrow. And on Thursday, of course, we got the long-ass AW, NXT, what do you want to talk about? News episode. Friday, we're going to drop a count-out because we got some family obligations. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys have any ideas for count-outs, we're open to ideas because we haven't nailed that one down yet.
Nope.
That's going to do it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.